Don't skip this. Because what I'm about to say is something they've never said out loud. Not to you. Not to anyone. But it's been sitting inside them, growing, getting heavier every single day. I tried to replace you. Yeah, they really did. They told themselves it was the only way to move on. The only way to forget you. The only way to stop feeling this connection that they couldn't control. So they went out there, met new people, gave their attention to someone else, and for a moment, it almost worked. It looked like they were okay. It looked like they had moved on. But what you didn't see was what was happening inside them. Because every time they sat across from someone new, something felt off. Something was missing. They couldn't explain it, but they felt it. A silence where there should have been depth. A connection that felt surface level, no matter how hard they tried. And then, without warning, you would cross their mind. The way you looked at them. The way you understood them without them saying a word. The way you made everything feel real. And suddenly, whoever was in front of them didn't feel the same anymore. They tried to ignore it. They told themselves, stop comparing. Give this a chance. Move on already. But their heart wasn't listening. Because their heart already knew something their mind was trying to deny. You weren't replaceable. And that realization didn't come all at once. It hit them in moments. Small, quiet, uncomfortable moments. Like when they laughed with someone else, but it didn't feel genuine. Or when they shared something personal, but didn't feel understood. Or when they reached for their phone, and instinctively thought of texting you instead. That's when it started to bother them. Because now it wasn't just about missing you. It was about realizing that no matter what they did, no one could take your place. And that scared them. Because it meant this connection was real. Deeper than they wanted to admit. Stronger than they could control. So they tried harder. They pushed themselves to invest in someone else. To build something new. To force feelings that just weren't there. But the more they tried, the more obvious it became. This isn't it. This isn't you. And that's when frustration turned into confusion. Confusion turned into silence. And silence turned into distance from everyone. Because now, they're stuck. Stuck between what they thought they wanted, and what they feel pulling them back to you. And you might have felt this shift. That sudden energy change. That heaviness. That feeling like something isn't right. That's because while they were trying to replace you, they were also realizing something they can't unsee anymore. That you're still the one they think about. The one they compare everyone to. The one they can't fully let go of. Even if they pretend otherwise. And here's the part they don't show anyone. They feel guilty. Guilty for trying to replace you. Guilty for acting like you were easy to forget. Guilty for not realizing your value sooner. Because now, they see it. Clearly. You weren't just someone who came into their life. You were the one who changed them. The one who made them feel something real. Something rare. Something they can't recreate. And now that they've experienced life without you, they understand the difference. And it's hitting them harder than they expected. But here's the truth you need to hear. This isn't about them anymore. This is about you. Because while they were out there trying to replace you, you were evolving. Growing. Becoming someone even more powerful. And that shift is something they're starting to feel. They can sense that you're not the same person anymore. That you're not waiting the same way. That you're not chasing the way you used to. And that is what's pulling them back even more. Because now it's not just about missing you. It's about fearing that they lost you. For real this time. And that fear is something they can't ignore. So if you've been wondering, why do I still feel them? Why does it feel like they're coming back energetically? Why can't I fully detach? This is why. Because they tried to replace you. But instead, they ended up realizing your worth. And the more they sit with that realization, the harder it becomes to stay away. But listen carefully. Don't let this pull you back into old patterns. Don't lose your growth trying to meet them where they used to be. Because if they come back, They have to meet you where you are now. Stronger, wiser, more aware. And if they're not there yet, then they still have more to learn. But one thing is certain, no matter how far they go, no matter who they try to be with, no matter how hard they try to move on, they won't find you in anyone else. Because what you gave them was never something ordinary. And now, they know it. They feel it. And they can't replace it, no matter how hard they try. So don't chase. Don't question your value. Don't go backwards. Because the truth is, they didn't lose you because you weren't enough. They lost you because they didn't understand what they had. And now, they're learning that lesson the hard way. And the hardest part for them right now is pretending like everything is normal, smiling in front of others, acting like they've moved on, like they're okay without you, when deep down, they know they're not. Because no matter how much they try to blend into a new life, something keeps pulling them back to the old one, back to you. There are moments, very specific moments, where it hits them the hardest. Like when they hear a song that reminds them of you, and suddenly they can't focus on anything else. Or when they're alone at night, and there's nothing to distract them anymore. That's when your memories get louder. That's when your presence feels closest. And in those moments, they stop pretending. They stop lying to themselves. And they admit something they've been avoiding for so long. No one feels like you. Not even close. And that realization, it doesn't bring them peace. It actually makes things harder. Because now they have to sit with the truth. That they let something real slip away. That they had something rare, and didn't fully appreciate it. And now they're seeing the difference between what they had with you, and what they have without you. And it's not even comparable. You brought depth, meaning, a connection that went beyond surface-level conversations. You saw parts of them that no one else even noticed. And now, they miss being seen like that. They miss being understood without having to explain themselves. They miss the comfort, the intensity, the realness. And it's not something they can just recreate. That's why they're feeling stuck. Because moving forward doesn't feel right, but going back feels complicated. So they stay in this in-between space. Watching, thinking, feeling, but not acting, at least not yet. And that's where the tension builds. Because the longer they stay silent, the stronger these emotions become. The more they try to ignore it, the louder it gets. Until eventually, it reaches a point where they can't hold it in anymore. Where silence becomes unbearable. Where not reaching out feels worse than the fear of rejection. And that moment is closer than you think. But again, this isn't your signal to wait. This isn't your sign to pause your life. Because while they're figuring things out, you're meant to keep moving forward. Keep growing. Keep choosing yourself. Because the truth is, your power was never in holding on to them. Your power is in being someone who can't be replaced. And you've already proven that, without even trying. So let them feel it. Let them sit with that realization. Let them understand what your absence truly means. Because that's the only way this connection evolves. Not through chasing. Not through forcing. But through awareness. Through growth. Through truth. And right now, they're finally starting to see that truth clearly. That no matter what they do, no matter where they go, no matter who they try to be with, they couldn't find you in anyone else. And that's something they're never going to forget.